Police and health officials in Saskatchewan are investigating the death of a cancer patient in a Saskatoon hospital. The regional health authority says 36-year-old Trevor Dubois died last Friday after an altercation with hospital security. The Saskatoon Tribal Council spoke to reporters earlier about Dubois' death. The CBC's Alexander Silberman has the details in Regina.
We heard some strong calls for transparency and accountability after this incident. The family of this man who died really at a loss, trying to understand what happened. We know that 36-year-old Trevor Dubois had been at the Royal University Hospital for a week. He was, like you said, receiving treatment for a brain tumor when Friday morning security officers at this hospital were called to his room and a physical altercation ensued. As a result, he became unresponsive and hospital staff pronounced him dead at the scene. Now, up until this point, those are all the details that the family members of this man had. We did receive a news release from the Saskatoon police earlier this morning. The family say that they were blindsided by those details, which included that security was called to the room because of reports of a gun inside the hospital room. Family members say that they're disputing that. They don't believe that was the case. Police also said they found, in addition to what they found was an imitation firearm, methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia. But we heard some very strong criticism from the chief of the Saskatoon Tribal Council about the way that this information was shared with family and how family members of Trevor Dubois have been largely kept in the dark as this investigation has unfolded. Here's what the chief of the Tribal Council had to say on that.
They don't even know the time of death. But all of a sudden the city police can send out a press release saying there was a firearm? This is unacceptable treatment to our people, to our families that are going through grieving processes right now when somebody actually killed their family member.
Now, Andrew, the chief says that he's been told the security officer involved has been suspended as this investigation is ongoing, both by police and by the Saskatchewan Health Authority. But he's calling for further accountability, and he says he wants to see this security guard fired.
So what's the latest on the investigation?
Well, there are two investigations that are now underway. There is an active investigation by the Saskatchewan Health Authority. They've deemed this a critical incident, so their own internal review is ongoing. And there's also a separate police investigation. We know the Saskatoon Police Service was called to the scene right after this incident occurred early Friday morning. Since then, they've been investigating, and they did release those additional details earlier this morning, saying that security guards were called to the room because of reports that there was a firearm in the room. They also said that after investigators entered the room, examined the scene, they did find an imitation firearm, methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia. Now, the family members of Trevor Dubois, the man who died, did speak to those details, saying that they were very much blindsided, shocked that those details would be revealed in such a manner, but through a news release and not communicated with them directly. And they're disputing that Trevor Dubois had an imitation firearm, saying that it was a lighter and a cigarette holder that he was holding, saying that they're very much at a loss. They don't understand what unfolded at this point, and they believe that this incident should have been preventable.
The CBC's Alexander Silberman reporting in Regina. The Saskatchewan Health Authority has issued a statement regarding Trevor Dubois' death, saying they are taking his death extremely seriously, and that they are committed to accountability and to ensuring a safe environment for patients, visitors, and staff at their facilities.